Viewers, welcome back this morning to the Tobago Updates Morning Show. We're chatting this morning with Melissa James Guy, who is the program coordinator attached to the Yes Unit, or for the Yes Unit that is attached to the Community Development, Youth Development, and Sport. I think we got that correct there. All right, and this morning we're talking about the Summer Internship Program for 2023. Good morning and welcome to you, Mrs. Guy.
Good morning, Rhea. Good morning, Tobago, and thank you for having me this morning.
All right, it's good to have you with us today. Now, let's start this morning. Give us an idea in terms of this summer internship program. Who are those persons that you would consider eligible to apply?
Okay, so the Yes Summer Internship Program caters to young persons between 18 and 35 who are enrolled in tertiary educational institutions or who are now heading off for their freshman or their first year. So as long as you're currently enrolled in a university or tertiary organization, or you are heading off to, as in you would have been accepted, then you are eligible to be a part of the program.
Give us an idea of why this particular age range, 18 to 35.
Okay, so in the past, we would have catered pretty much to CXC and some lower sixers as well. But from experience, we've realized that the persons who truly can appreciate the experience are persons who are actually in the institution at the point in time. And also it assists us in ensuring that persons are able to access this type of initiative at a time when, they would really be able to truly be engaged and have a true appreciation for it.
All right, now give us an idea in terms of the Yes program. What is it all about?
Okay, so at Yes, our mandate is to build capacity of young persons between 18 to 35 outside of the classroom. So we facilitate personal and professional development and lifelong learning beyond the classroom pretty much.
Beyond the classroom. Lifelong learners. Give us an idea in terms of what are some of the skills that, the skills or the knowledge or the information that is passed on.
Okay. So we all know that when you're at school, they pretty much focus on the academics. Yes, you may engage in some extracurricular activities, but at Yes, we also help to merge that theory with some soft skills, things that employers will make you more marketable for the world of work. So we have like life skills training. We also have professional development training for persons who are already employed but might want to sharpen some of their skills. Maybe they want to pivot in their career, or they want to maybe elevate themselves within their current field. We also have youth entrepreneurship programs, because we all know that these days, the young person, especially our Gen Zers, they are more into working for themselves, and everyone is trying their hand at entrepreneurship. But to be able to make these businesses sustainable, you have to have a certain sort of skill set or exposure. And we at Yes try to ensure that we get the relevant training and the relevant information, knowledge, and skills and experience to our young persons here in Tobago.
Okay, how does one apply for the Yes program?
Okay, so
and is it too early to apply, or can applications start coming in now?
So I want to make this abundantly clear, because there is some misconception that the Yes program is only the summer internship program. The Yes program is an annual, year-long, it's a full unit. So application is always ongoing. Persons come in and they would share with us maybe what their aspirations are, and we would be able to direct them to a program that we have that is tailored to what they may be looking for. So apart from our summer internship program, which applications are currently ongoing, the deadline is May the 26th. You can come in and chat with us and find out more about our resume writing and interview skills program, our community outreach programs. You can find out more about our life skills programs, youth entrepreneurship programs, our college-bound fairs. There's a suite of programs that persons can benefit from. So persons are welcome to come in. We are currently located at the Victor E. Bruce Financial Complex on the second level, and you can chat with one of our very knowledgeable and friendly officers, and they would be willing and able to steer you in the right direction.
Okay. So what, in terms of the criteria for the individuals between 18 and 35 years of age, what should they work with?
Um, for the most part, we just ask for like your national identification card. For the summer internship program, however, we're requiring the national identification card, the proof of enrollment at the tertiary education, your CXC certificates, and the application form, a filled out application form, which you can print and fill from the Division of Community Development, Youth Development, and Sports Facebook page.
Okay, and that's just it.
And that's just it, yes. We try to make it as simple as possible for persons to have access to the assistance that they require.
Let's talk about in the past. How has the YES program benefited persons in the past?
Okay, so we have quite a bit of young persons who you may know that have passed through the YES program. I like to mention Miss Abini Taylor because she's always boasting about being a YES product. We have Mr. Shannon Walters from Wingfings Cuisine. He would have been one of our persons who would have passed through YES program as well too. We have many persons who would have been able to become established in their field of choice because of their exposure through the YES program. And we also have a lot of persons who are doing great exploits in the field of entrepreneurship who would have accessed our youth entrepreneurship programs and many other initiatives that YES would have provided in the past.
Okay. Now, how can persons contact you? Remind us again of where you're located and a phone contact.
Okay, so currently we are located at the Victor E. Bruce Financial Complex. I want to note that we used to be a part of the Division of Finance, but with the realignment, we're now under Division of Community Development, Youth Development, and Sport. We have not yet made our physical move, so we're still currently at the Victor E. Bruce Financial Complex until further notice, and we can be contacted at 639-4412, extensions 53700 to 53705. Our email is yes@gov.tt, and you're also free to come in and visit us at Level 2 Victor E. Bruce Financial Complex.
All right, and remind us again of that deadline date.
So the deadline date for applications is May 26th, 2023. So that's next week, Friday.
Okay, thank you so much for chatting with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
And this is a call to all parents and even teachers who are aware of this program. Please encourage your charges, encourage your students to get involved. Is there a capacity, a limited capacity, or are you going to take all?
No, unfortunately, supply doesn't really quite meet our demand ever. We receive hundreds of applications, but we're only able to take 100 persons. But if I could just put a quick plug here,
Yes,
Rhea,
please.
I do want to send a special thank you to all our stakeholders who have been really, really committed to the cause at YES over the years. We sent out the clarion call for persons to offer us spots to be able to place our interns. And so far, the response has been truly, truly tremendous. And I really want to thank all our stakeholders for supporting our young people here in Tobago as you do year after year.
All right. I see here as well that you're looking to have the CXC certificates.
Yes.
A copy of all CXC certificates.
Yes.
Okay, and as I mentioned that, I just want to remind students that certificates are now available at Scarborough Secondary School. I think the office now has those certificates for students who would have graduated. This is graduation, what month are we in? 2022, 2022. So you can collect your certificates there. For those persons who are trying to access this YES program. Okay. All right. Thank you so much again for being on the program. And before you go, I mean, you say it best. This is what you do. Why would you? I mean, as you're talking to our viewers this morning, why would you encourage young persons to access this program?
Well, this is an opportune time for you to be able to be exposed to the relevant training, skills, knowledge, experience, and of course to build a network in your field of choice. So I don't think it gets any better than being able to be facilitated through the Tobago House of Assembly as a young Tobagonian to be able to give you that launch pad that you may need in whatever career field that you may be trying to pursue.
Mrs. Guy, is this program an all-day program? What are the hours?
Whatever the working hours of the organization are. So let's say you're placed at the Division of Community Development, Youth Development, and Sport in maybe the accounting department.
Right.
Then whoever is your supervisor or whatever the policy at that organization is in terms of the work hours, that would be your work hours.
So you adhere to the policies.
That's right. We try our best to ensure that they have the full experience of what it's like to be a productive and contributing working individual. So we have our understanding with the stakeholders in that they do not take advantage of our interns. We have had no issues over the years. Again, I want to thank them for always being so cooperative and kind. And our young people usually have a really good time. And I'm happy to say that some of them are even eventually assimilated into some of these organizations. So that's another reason why persons should ensure that they get their applications in, because you just never know if you would be employed in that organization eventually. It's all about building your network and building connections.
And very quickly here, we're wrapping up in just a little bit, but in terms of the feedback that the young persons give, are there misconceptions? Is it that sometimes, young persons tend to believe, I can't wait to leave school, I'm anxious, I want to get out into the world of work. And then they do, and they realize just how real and how difficult it is having to get up. And this is part of our training as parents for children. You've got to get to school for 8 o'clock, that you get there on time. But in terms of getting out there into the world of work, how do they transition? What have they said about the transition from school life to work life, where you've got to dress the part?
Listen, these young people, Rhea, sometimes when you see how smartly some of them are dressed, especially after we train them, because they go through a week of training where they are, advised on how you would dress for the world of work and how you communicate in the world of work, and, just have that type of exposure to the relevant information. The only complaint I usually have is, Miss Guy, when is pay?
What?
But they're always paid. It's a paid internship.
I wish you didn't say that on air.
Oh, they know. They know, Rhea. They know that it's a paid internship. But also, I want to mention that we try to make it as real as possible. So it's not just that you apply, but they also have to go through the submission of the resume, submission of the cover letter, and they have to go through an interview process. So they sit before a panel. It's just as if you are heading really into the world of work. So it's not a walk in the park, but it's an experience that I would encourage everyone who has ambition and who really wants to be successful in their career and, to come and have that opportunity to have that sort of simulation and experience.
I'm happy to hear. So, again, boys and girls, young men, young women, dress the part, look the part. Please, no jeans, no distressed jeans. I'm just saying it out there. No sneakers. Dress the part. Dress the part, okay? Yes, thank you again for being with us this morning, Ms. Guy.
Thank you for having me.
All right, viewers, lots more coming up this morning on the Tobago Updates Morning Show. We're going to be chatting this morning with Mia Prasad, and we're talking about World Bee Day 2023. All right, so that's coming up after the break this morning. So share the live, share the live, share the live.